What makes you want to get it? Well, the reason that I wanted to get it is because my titties were saggy as cheddar. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. As you can tell by the title, we are going to be talking about boobies once again. So as you guys know, I went to Korea to get my boobies done and I've already done 2 vlogs on it. So I recommend go checking them out if you want like any reasoning or like you just want to know my experience whilst I was there, then definitely go ahead and watch those videos. I went to Banabogi Clinic and I went with a tourism agency called Korea. They basically just plan your whole trip, so everything that they offer you was extremely helpful for my trip. So obviously I don't speak Korean first of all, so they translate for you, they take you to your appointments, they book your accommodation, etc, etc. They're really helpful, and if you do go abroad for surgery, I 100% recommend going with a tourism agency like Korea, because first of all they're free of charge, but I don't know how I would have even done my whole trip without a tourism agency. They were basically the backbone of my whole trip. And then as previously mentioned, I chose Banabogi Clinic because their work is amazing. I've literally watched so many review videos. I literally did so much research before choosing this clinic and I am 100% happy with my results. So yeah, that's just a little backing story. Today's video is going to be a Q&A because you guys have so many questions. I had quite a few people asking me, how did you build up like the confidence to go abroad by yourself, especially for surgery? And honestly, I think you get to the point where you've planned it, like you've started looking into it, you start planning it, and you just kind of get excited about it rather than nervous. As I said, you're buddied up with your Korea agent, so I didn't feel nervous at all about being there. Seoul has so many convenience stores, they have so many cafes, so many food shops literally scattered everywhere, so you don't even need to leave your hotel room if you don't want to. But girl, I don't recommend that, but girl, if you need to, yeah, you don't need to leave your hotel room.
On a real though guys, if you are scared about going abroad alone, then I highly recommend going with an agency like Korea. They are free of charge and they keep you organised, they're there for your support, but most importantly they were there for my safety. That's the #1 reason that I wanted to go with an agency, just because the thought of being out in a country for surgery alone is quite scary, so I highly recommend doing some research into agencies.
So I got quite a few questions about the actual like procedure and what I decided to go for, whether it was a lift, whether it was implants, why did I get implants, what CC did I get, etc, etc, etc. So let me explain it. So when I went for my consultation, I initially thought that I just wanted a lift, but that was just with the knowledge that I had. Obviously, I'd never had my actual consultation up until the point I had my actual consultation with Dr. Han. Basically, Dr. Han took a look at my photos and he was like, girl, what is odd? One had more breast tissue in it than the other. It wasn't necessarily like really noticeable, but obviously you want the best results. So he said that he would take more tissue out of one breast than the other. He said that with just the lift alone, my boobs would still look bigger than they looked before my surgery. And the reason for that is because my breasts were droopy. So all of the tissue that I did have, it was like not in one place like a normal boob. It was kind of just like spread across my chest. So if I were to have that all pulled up into one place, my boobs would just look bigger. But I would go a bra size down. And I was like, oh my god, I did not know that. So I would be a B cup. And as I mentioned in my previous video, I don't care about the size of my boobs. But I sound like a hypocrite saying that because I've never been a B cup. So I didn't really want to go ahead and go with just a lift, just because I didn't want to risk not liking my results. So I decided that I would get implants. The doctor suggests what would be best for your body shape, etc. That is just a suggestion and you don't have to go ahead with that. I decided to go a little bit smaller than what he suggested. He suggested a 320cc, I'm pretty sure, and I went with a 285. I didn't want them to be too big, but I also wanted to just be back to my natural size before I breastfed, which is a double D, a 34 double D. I tried on one of my bras recently and I fit perfectly back into my bra, and I'm super stoked about that. I was like, oh my god. Whilst we're on the topic of my actual like boob job, I just want to mention that Dr. Han did such an amazing job. You usually have to have an anchor incision, which is around the nipple, down, and then under the boob as well. And then he just went around the nipple and down, and there's no underscar, and I'm super stoked because like less scarring the better, right? So the next question is something quite serious and something that I wanted to put into my video just to make you aware if you're not already. So the next question is, do you feel different? There's loads of stories about illness associated to implants.
Before I do get into talking about breast implant illness, there has been reported news of allergens in specific implants. I do just quickly want to mention that Banu Boggy don't actually use these implants for obvious safety reasons. They do, however, keep many different implant types in stock, and they have all been tested. If you book your surgery with Doc Finder Korea, then they are the ones that prescribe you with medicine, which helps stabilizes the implant as well.
A lot of people have been feeling ill from having implants, and it's obviously not everyone that gets breast implants. Literally just type in breast implant illness on YouTube and you will find videos on it. Implants are obviously something that you have to do your own research on, which I did, and I still decided to go through with it. And the reason for that is because I was so unhappy with my body before. I obviously took the risks into consideration. My doctor even explained to me that there are the risks. He explained literally everything, any questions that I had, he would answer. They don't try to hide anything from you. So yeah, I had a lot of information before going ahead with my surgery, and I am 100% aware of the risks. It's still something that I went through with, and as I said, if anything did go wrong, or if I ever started feeling ill and I thought it was related to my implants, 100% they would be out. The next question is, hey, I wanted to do my boobs for a while, was wondering how did you get an appointment there? Obviously you can't just fly to Korea and be like, hey, so you can just message them, literally just message them on Instagram or go onto their website or ask Doc Finder Korea and they will do everything for you. But yeah, it's just free to inquire and they will let you know what they think you need to get the results you want. And it's all free of charge. You don't have to pay for a consultation online. It's literally you just send in your photos and ask for a price.
All of Doc Finder Korea services are completely free, so I can't stress enough, guys, that if you are going abroad for surgery, I 110% recommend you to go with a company just like Doc Finder Korea. I would not have been able to do my trip without them. They took care of all of the logistics for my trip, but they were also there just for my safety and support.
They may be able to give you a price there and then. They're really helpful as well, especially Banu Boggy's website. They basically put all of their procedures on there and it's really easy to just go through. They don't only put their procedures on there, but they will put the doctors on there, and they'll also say how it's done, healing time, where it is, etc., their facilities.
Doc Finder Korea also have a really useful site as well. So if you do need any more information on any of the procedures, I highly recommend just checking out either of those sites because they're really helpful.
I've had quite a few people questioning like my next pregnancy and what I'm going to do, am I going to breastfeed, etc. So with breast surgery you can still breastfeed, but it's not recommended to get pregnant anytime soon because obviously your milk comes in, it will stretch your scars, etc. But I am not planning on getting pregnant anytime soon. How are the facilities? Girl, are you kidding me? Banu Boggy's clinic is amazing. It's so tall and it's just so modern, and all of the facilities are just so clean. But you probably saw like 10% of the clinic on my vlog just because it is such a huge place. It's massive. I wouldn't say anything bad about the facilities. There is nothing really to say bad about their facilities. I mean, I don't know if you saw in the vlog, but yeah, there's nothing that I can really add on to that. What makes you want to get it? Well, the reason that I wanted to get it is because my titties were saggy as I gave birth and I breastfed for 1.5 years. Honestly, I didn't tell anyone that I was getting it done. Not even like my friends, my family. Like I told my mum the day I got it done. I knew that this was something that I wanted to do for myself, and honestly, like, nobody would even notice unless I told them because my boobs look exactly the same in any clothes that I wear. Usually I'm just in t-shirts and jeans and Converse. That's literally my outfit. I don't try to show them off but I still have the chance to wear dresses that I like, and that's the only reason I got them done, okay? And I wanted to look good naked, and who sees me naked? Nobody but me and my boyfriend. So no, my boob job wasn't for anybody else but me, okay? Even my boyfriend just didn't want me to get them done, just because he was like, oh my god girl, you're perfect in every way, I love you. But I was just like, Aaron, I want to get my boobs done because they're saggy, and that's literally it. Somebody asked, how do I feel since having the surgery? And I feel like this is a really important question because obviously I've had the surgery. You guys are going to want to know how I'm feeling, how it feels to get your boobs done, and your confidence levels after getting them done. It's really weird actually, because I thought that I would get my boobs done and I would absolutely just love my body and feel so confident and just be like, oh my god, yes girl, your boobs look good, which I am like that, but it's not the same kind of feeling. Before, my boobs were all that I thought about. My boobs were like the burden of my life. I hated my boobs so much before I had surgery, and that's just the one thing that I always focused on myself, like with my self-esteem, etc. I would just look at my boobs and be like, no, you're ugly. I know that sounds really bad, but being a certain way for so long and then your body just completely changes, I think that you just can't really accept what you look like. I thought that I would be super happy after my surgery, I'd be showing them off, etc. But no, it's more so like, I'm more confident definitely, but I just feel so much more at ease with my body. I don't look at myself anymore and pick out so many different things that I hate about myself. I wouldn't say that there's something that I think about all the time, like try and show them off, as I just said, but there's something that I don't have to think about, and that's what I love. Like when I'm choosing a top or something, they're not something that I have to think about. I don't even have to think about putting on a bra anymore. So yeah, I'm just so happy. Somebody asked, how long were you in Korea? So I was in Korea for 2 weeks, and it does depend on where you go, what you go for. The initial reason I had to stay so long was because they thought that I was going to have stitches, but as mentioned before, Dr. Han is an amazing surgeon, so all of the stitches that I did have were all internal and they were dissolvable, and then I just had Dermabond, which is basically a glue which sticks your skin together. Did you go a size up, and does it feel painful when the skin stretches? As I mentioned before, no, I actually sized down. I feel like I could have probably sized up, and I have heard so many stories where girls will go for the size that they think they want and then they'll end up wanting bigger, and I kind of feel like that. Like I do. They look really big out of clothing, but in clothing I just feel like they look quite small, which I'm totally fine with. I'm still happy with my boobs and I wouldn't go back just to size up. And as for does it hurt when the skin stretches, as I also mentioned before, my boobs were just saggy, so I actually had the skin there already. The last question that I'm going to be answering is, how did you find spending 2 whole weeks in Korea? And the reason I'm going to be answering this is because obviously I had never been abroad before. So the first time I went abroad, 1, 16-hour flight, 2, I didn't speak the language, and 3, I went alone. So if anybody has any advice, I think it's me about going abroad alone, okay, to Korea, okay, it's me. I was so scared to catch flights. I thought that I was going to end up in some weird ass country, but I didn't. It's actually really easy to travel, and if not, just ask someone at the airport.
So I also just want to let you guys know about this app called Sheila Duty Free, which is an online duty-free store that allows you to order items into the airport 60 days prior to your departure. They have hundreds of different brands and thousands of different products, and as you can probably tell, everything on the store is duty-free. I just found it so much more convenient, especially with the fact that I had quite an early flight. I did want to do duty-free shopping, but I was too tired, and I was just able to go and pick up my items straight away. If you do book a consultation with Dr. Fanny Korea, then you do get 250 mileage points. If you have a surgery with Dr. Fanny Korea, then you get 1000 mileage points, and these can be stored for up to 2 years. Mileage points are basically just discount. You can apply mileage points up to 30% of the product total. So for example, if there's a duty-free item which is already 20% off, you're gonna get 50% off in total. So I ended up getting a Pandora bracelet. I 100% recommend this app if you are planning on going to Korea, whether you book with Dr. Fanny Korea or not. It's just so much more convenient.
But apart from that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!